Wander Franco is undoubtedly one of the very young, talented players in Major League Baseball, having a really solid season for the Tampa Bay Rays. It looks like that season might be over, and there's speculation that his entire career might be over after some of the reports we have coming out right now. Now, we should reiterate that all of this is just being investigated, that all of these things are just things that have been alleged, and that Wander Franco has denied a lot of these things. But the seriousness of it and the fact that there are actual authorities investigating this back in the DR and things like that, it's made people pay very close attention to it. Social media photos claim to show Wander Franco's alleged inappropriate relationship with a 14-year-old.
Yeesh.
And since that point in time, about a week ago, this has all been going on. He has, been placed on the restricted list, and has not played as they're continuing to look at these things. The Tampa Bay Rays shortstop is set to set out the entirety of the Rays' West Coast trip after being placed on the restricted list due to ongoing investigation by Major League Baseball into claims he's engaged in an inappropriate relationship with a 14-year-old individual. Franco's presence on the restricted list will continue for the duration of the club's 6-game road trip. Now, it's all based off these social media posts of a girl that people are just saying are 14. I don't see if there's necessarily any proof or anything for it yet, but that's what they're claiming that it is. Now, obviously, a lot of people have responded since then. It looks like the DR authorities have already have their case against Wander. Thought it would take longer because of the gravity of the allegations. Always the small potential of bad intel, but it looks like the sudden end of the career of Wander Franco. Hector Gomez, who has, when it comes to, these types of stories involving these Latin baseball players, he's got some decent sources. A person very close to the investigation says it's unlikely that Wander Franco will play in Major League Baseball again, judging by the results of the investigation that are currently being carried out. And he, to his credit, has responded. He went on IG Live or something like that and has basically said, they say I'm in public with a little girl, that I'm running around with a minor. People don't know what to do with their time. They don't know what they're talking about. That's why I prefer to be on my side and not get involved in anyone. His wife has come into this because people didn't know that he was married, but he is married, has 2 kids. She's 21. He's 22. Mm-hmm. But obviously, anytime you hear an allegation like this, it's troubling, and it looks like it's being taken very seriously.
Yeah, you hate to see it because he was one of these young rising stars that a lot of people are gravitating towards. He's made a couple, highlight reels, just with his defense as well. Man, I didn't know he was married either. I knew he was 22. And the thing is with this story, it'd be different if maybe he were 20 and she were 17, and maybe they had a relationship before when he was younger.
I've heard there's been a lot of stuff out there. There's been some people saying, "Oh, well, that was when he was 17 and she was." There's a lot of shit. The reality is nobody fucking knows.
Even weirder.
The reality is no one knows.
No one knows.
And it looks like there's a lot of smoke. It looks like a lot of people believe that there's a lot of meat behind these allegations.
Yeah.
But this is also the same Major League Baseball that suspended Trevor Bauer for effectively like 2.5 seasons for something that he was innocent of. Right? Something that, did happen, a sexual encounter that did go down, but it wasn't the way this woman was alleging. Trevor Bauer gets cleared of all wrongdoing, yet he was still out of the league on the same, restricted list, bullshit like that for over a half a year, then got suspended for an entire year. He got railroaded for bullshit reasons. So I'm not saying that's what's happening with Wander Franco, but it is a potential that's out there that these things could not be accurate.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. More evidence, obviously, is going to be key in this. I think the safe thing to do was to, put him on a temporary leave until we get more information. But with this being a story coming out of the Dominican Republic, it's, who knows how long it's going to take. Yeah,
and who knows what exactly was going on down there and when. But a big story, obviously very sensitive. If that is true, it's pretty fucked up for Wander Franco, and it likely would be the end of his Major League Baseball career.
Absolutely.
But we'll see what happens as more info comes out, if he ever does get an official suspension down from this. But right now, Tampa Bay Rays have to be very, very worried about the future for their young shortstop.